yes, I mean, of course, the founder of the DUP, the Reverend Ian Paisley, famously was very good at saying no. Before I get your thoughts on perhaps where the DUP might be on this, there haven't been many days when a Conservative Prime Minister has had good headlines for several years now. Was this morning, it was a sort of collective sigh of relief amongst the Parliamentary Conservative Party this morning?
Agreed. I think relief is where we are right now. There's a sense of joy, I think, also. Why? Because this has been a very difficult issue. And the statement last night was profound. It was unprecedented. And you could have heard a pin drop in the chamber. There was a sense of awe. Wow. Has he really done this? Yes, he has. The announcement came as a complete surprise to most of us there. It was supported by the SNP, supported by Labour, by the Lib Dems, and the DUP, of course, are the unknown at the moment.
Well, of course, the Labour Party and the SNP supported it, because if Brussels says it's good, they're always going to say it's good. Look, the terms of trade we were left with were abominable, after January the 31st, 2020, and we all know that. There's no point going back on it. We might question Boris Johnson's honesty, but there's no point. We are where we are. ERG are meeting at the moment. Do you think they will genuinely take their lead from the DUP? Or do you think even there, a number of them have been won over? I thought Steve Baker was particularly interesting in the way in which he praised this deal.
Yeah, Steve Baker, perhaps the biggest critic of where we've been over the past few years, a real champion for the ERG. He's come round and he's part of the deal, and he's been brilliant in putting this together.
It's amazing what a ministerial car will do, isn't it?
Very cynical, Nigel. No, the point I'm making is that Steve believes in it, as the rest of us do. It's a fantastic deal. It's a fantastic outcome. The idea of having frictionless trade, no barriers to trade at all, trade flowing freely east to west across the Irish Sea is pretty big.
You say that. There are still going to be forms to fill in. It's still not going to be, like London trading with Manchester. I mean, there will be some differences, but clearly better in terms of trade than it is now. Do you... and maybe this is an unfair question at this stage, do you believe when Sunak says there is a veto, that there really is a veto?
I do believe it, because he said it in the chamber. We know today that the thing called the Stormont break is going to work. It means that up to 30 MLAs can vote against any measure that the EU wants to impose upon Northern Ireland. But let's be clear, 1,700 laws ripped up. Barely 3% of what's going to be enforced in Northern Ireland will be applicable to the European Union. This is a massive result. And I used the word seismic this morning. This is a big result of the Conservative Party, but more importantly, it's a huge result for the Union and for Northern Ireland.